All right, so it finally happened. The Sharks lost the game. The Boston Bruins were the team to hand them their first loss. And I really think this game was kind of a test. Obviously the Bruins are a good team. It was actually the Sharks' first game that wasn't against a Canadian team. And although the Sharks lost, I don't think they necessarily failed the test. I think, yeah, they didn't win, but it was a close game, and the Sharks had a pretty decent comeback effort. They were down 4-1 as they had a pretty dismal first period as they allowed 3 goals to the Bruins. But they came back, and in the third period, the Sharks really played well. Aiden Hill was in net, didn't play super good for the Sharks. He allowed 4 goals on really 14 shots, and he had 10 saves. So it's a 714 save percentage. So Reimer was put in. He was 20 for 20 on saves. I think, honestly, if Reimer played the whole game, I think we would have won because just he played really good and when he played. And I think, we wouldn't have known, but I think maybe Aiden Hill would just had an off day. I think it's really how it was. And the Sharks defense didn't play that well either. But yeah, they were down 4-1 and they made it 4-3. They made it interesting. The Sharks almost scored with the empty, pulling their goalie at the end. And I think, yeah, they didn't win it. But you're going to win some and you're going to lose some. It's our first loss of the year. I don't care. And obviously, even when the Sharks were 4-0, I wasn't thinking to myself, we're the best team in the NHL because we're 4-0. Of course we're not. We're coming off a pretty bad season, so we're gonna lose games. I'm expecting that, and so this was just the first. So William Eklund was a late scratch for the Sharks. I think he had some sort of injury, but they had goals today from Tomas Hertl, Timo Meyer, and Jasper Weatherby. And Weatherby is looking great. The 3 Sharks young rookies are playing amazing. Dahlin, rookie, and Eklund are, I think, the 3 pieces of making the Sharks a playoff contender in years to come. Maybe even now. I don't know. But they're looking really good, all 3 of them. I think the Sharks got a good young group, mixed with veterans. But yeah, the Bruins had goals from Derek Forbert, Brad Marchand, David Pasternak, and Jake DeBrusk, and they had pretty good power play unit. The Sharks power play unit was not super good, and the penalty kill could have been better. But I mean, it's one game. You look at the Pacific, we're obviously very early. Sharks are still second. The Oilers are a very good team. They're 5-0. But the team that's, behind us is the Canucks, and they have 7 points. We're at 8 points. But, yeah, the Sharks, they also played this game at 10 a.m. Pacific, which is a lot earlier than really normal. It's a little strange. We're going to play the Predators next game in Nashville on Tuesday. So that should be pretty interesting to see. The Predators, they're known as a good team. They've been in the playoffs pretty recent, but they're off to a kind of a slow start with their just a 2-4 record. But yeah, I mean, I think the Sharks, it was really about having good goaltending early, and unfortunately, the goaltending really only showed up until Reimer came in towards the midway through the game, really past halfway, I guess. And I think Aiden Hill might have been overworked in this stretch of games. He played all but one, and that's okay. It's like you're sometimes not going to have good games. I just hope this isn't a consistent thing where Aiden Hill declines. But I think he's a good goalie for sure, and I think Reimer is good to support him. So that was good to see. But the Sharks, they had, with Eklund scratch, they put in Barabanov and Jonah Gajovic, who kind of got their season debuts, and each got points. So that was good. They were both, helping in that effort. But the Bruins just edged us out, and they're 3-1. They're a good team. I respect them, and I think the Sharks they faced a test, and they got a C+ on the test, right? Because they didn't win. They don't really get a total passing grade, but they also don't fail because they came back from a 4-1 deficit. And we all know the Sharks are obviously, although they looked really good in the first 4 games, we can't just assume they're going to win every game, right? They're good. I think they're a good team. I would go as far as saying they're good. I don't know if they're great, but that's for the next 75 games, right? That's just what we're going to see. So anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts. I'll see you guys later. And yeah, go Sharks.